Adam Beanstock. I'm going to try and demonstrate to you how to strengthen your pinky, which is the fourth finger or little finger, and you don't realise the strength of it until you know endure to strengthen up. You can actually just by your pinky lift up quite a weight. I wouldn't like to test it at home, but it was the same principle when you're playing violin. As Rodney Friend says about the fifths going up so when you're tuning the strings, so we're going to go in fifths and octaves. When you tune your strings, sometimes you know it's out of tune, but you don't know if it's too high or too low, and so you're doing the adapters or the pegs, whatever, and to get it in tune. But when you hear this perfect fifth, it's more or less in tune. Not you get the slight beat there, it's not in tune. So you're going to do this fifths, then do the fifths on the index finger. You know when it's in tune. Still not quite in tune. But you notice when I start in first position, your actual stretch is far more. That is the biggest stretch you're going to get for the octave. I know you should be able to stretch beyond the octave. You can get I mean, if you stretch it enough, you can get up to the D. I'll go up to a C sharp. So that's remaining in first position, extending your fourth finger. See how you can extend the fourth finger. But I'm going to do this Corelli, and it's an octave passage, and it's actually playing in the main tune. So it goes up to the cadenza. So you end up on that D. So you've got to, first of all, you're there. You got to gap. You go on the last stage. So I think you've got to play the fifth with the perfect fifth octave. And then the E. So you can pitch it by doing the harmonic, but you don't have time to do all that. You see, do the fifth. Oh. So you can cheat a little bit, make it sound a bit Chinesey, because no offence to the Chinese, but I'm sure they play in far. They've got quarter notes, they're probably far more accurate than I'll ever be. Oh, come on, coming back to the C sharp, so you've got to go. Get the more weight to the bow on the lower note. I think what you got to, you see, the thing is, it's closer when you think. When you're in the fifth position, wherever, you got the G. Oh, it's too high. And of course, the other thing is, what you always consider, but people don't mention, is the bow. The way you bow it alters the pitch of the string, because the string is being pulled about, stopped, and it's been pulled in all different direction as you're pulling the bow. So as I'm bowing it, it's going out of tune. So you somehow got to not only be finding where the note is exactly on the octave and the fifth with your left hand, but it's just as important in order to get the right tension of bowing across the strings in order to keep it in tune as well. It makes all the difference, and it's very hard to explain, but blow it lightly, it goes out of tune. And of course, up on the A and the E string, it's more noticeable, I would say, because especially in an orchestra, if you're first violinist, you're very exposed, you're very noticeable if your intonation is not spot on. You know, on the lower notes are not. It's not quite so critical. And then back down to the E. Anyway, I won't take any more of your time. I've got a long way to go on that, but you just keep doing it. It's adjustment on your bow strokes as well as your fingering, coordinating the two with the intonation. And I suppose, you know, when you're in an orchestra, if you're a first violinist, you've got to be in tune with the piccolos and the flutes and the high woodwind, because often you're playing in unison with them. So because I know what it's like, these amateur orchestras, when there's well, you know, one of the conductors said it's being out of time, being out of tune amounts to the same thing. So but you know, you've got to get the intonation first, be spot on, then you've got timing. It's all very tricky, because when you're playing in an orchestra, which I can't do anymore, you know, because I'm out of practice. It's all about you know, oh dear, forget what I'm going to say now. It's very hard, and you know, from a very young age, people playing orchestras and getting used to the other players and being in tune with them. And as I say, in an orchestra, what I was going to say is like one instrument. You've got 60 players acting as one instrument, and that is the sheer perfection of orchestral playing. And you're not individual players, and it's very hard to get the analogy and lots of playing together. And well, best of luck. But people going down that road, unfortunately, it's not for me. I don't enjoy playing in orchestras, because because when it doesn't sound good, you can't do anything about it. That's the worst thing about it. Okay, so I'll sign off for now.